The year is 219 BC. On the eastern coast of the Iberian Peninsula, a single city stands defiant against one of the greatest military minds in history, Hannibal Barca. The siege of Saguntum wasn't just a local skirmish, it was the detonator for the most brutal conflict of the ancient world, the Second Punic War. Why did a single city force two superpowers, Rome and Carthage, into a fight to the death? Let's dive into the moment history changed forever. After losing the First Punic War, Carthage was looking for a comeback, building a new empire in Iberia, modern-day Spain. To keep the peace, they signed the Ebro Treaty with Rome. The rules were simple. The Ebro River was the line. North was Rome's backyard. South was Carthage's playground. But there was a catch: the city of Saguntum. Even though it sat well south of the river, squarely in Carthaginian territory, it was a sworn ally of Rome. For Hannibal, Saguntum was a test. He wanted to see if Rome would actually stand up for its friends, and he needed to clear the path before launching his master plan, invading Italy itself. Hannibal didn't bring a small party, he brought an entire army, but the Saguntines, they weren't going down without a fight. They had massive walls and even bigger hearts. For 8 long months, the city held. Hannibal himself was reportedly wounded by a javelin during one of the assaults, a rare moment where the legend almost fell. Carthage used every trick in the book: massive rams, siege towers, and a total blockade to starve them out. Inside, the situation was grim. Supplies vanished, and hope followed. The Saguntines begged Rome for help, but the Roman Senate was too busy debating politics to actually send a fleet. They left their allies to face the storm alone. Finally, in 219 BC, the walls gave way. The fall of Saguntum was brutal. To avoid capture, many citizens chose to burn their own treasures and themselves rather than surrender. Those who survived were sold into slavery. When news reached Rome, the debating ended and the fury began. Rome sent envoys to Carthage with a terrifyingly simple choice: hand over Hannibal or it's war. Carthage stood by their man. The Roman diplomat, Fabius, famously folded his toga and said, "I bring you peace or war, choose which you will." The Carthaginians replied, "Give us what you want." Fabius let the fold drop and shouted, "Then I give you war." Saguntum was the first domino. It was the casus belli, the formal excuse for the Second Punic War. This single siege paved the way for the most legendary feats in military history: Hannibal's insane trek across the Alps with elephants, the slaughter at Cannae, and the final showdown at Zama. Without the fall of Saguntum, the Roman Empire as we know it might never have risen to total dominance. History, as they say, is written in blood and stone. Saguntum reminds us that even a small city can change the course of the world. What do you think? Did Rome intentionally let Saguntum fall just to have an excuse for war? Let me know your theories in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more deep dives into history. I'm KQ, and I'll see you in the next one.